Hi, my name is Nick DeLuca. Recently I enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserve. One of the first steps to becoming a soldier in the United States Army is completing basic combat training. This training is a long, arduous, and difficult time in a young soldier's career. 10 weeks without cell phones, TV, or iPods. The only music you hear is the loud and stern, but somewhat catchy marching cadences and church hymns on Sundays. The only communication with the outside world comes through written letters from family and friends. There's no way to even read a newspaper. Throughout the 2 months of intense training, soldiers constantly dream about Family Day. This is the day right before graduation, where soldiers have the opportunity to spend a day with their families without stress and without a drill sergeant breathing down their neck. From day one, I counted down the days on the calendar that hung in my footlocker. And when it finally came time to see my family, I was ecstatic. Family Day, August 28th, 2013, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. It seemed like an eternity as we waited quietly in the woods beyond the parade field. We could hear the thousands of parents, family members, and friends cheering as the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel McCardle, addressed them. When he was finished, he then proceeded to introduce them. The gunshot was our signal. It seemed like something you would see out of an action movie, as all the members of the 3rd Battalion, 60th Infantry Regiment charged out of the woods, full speed, screaming our best war cries. We couldn't see anything through the wall of yellow fog that was created by the smoke grenades thrown by the drill sergeants. I didn't care that I couldn't see and that it was hard to breathe. That was the last thing on my mind. I just kept running. Finally, I emerged from the cloud of smoke and saw the grandstands filled with the cheering families. I threw my arm up in the air like I had just won a championship football game. In reality, I had just accomplished something greater than any football game that I had ever played in. We all formed up by company and marched in a flawless formation towards the grandstand. Once in position, Lieutenant Colonel McCardle released the families to go find their soldiers. One by one, my fellow soldiers were taken away from the formation. As always, my sister was the first to spot me, followed by my parents. I immediately broke down into tears at my mother's embrace. I could tell by her tears and the smile on my father's face that they had never been so proud of their little boy that was now all grown up. Throughout training, I completed tasks as they were instructed to me, without taking the time to really think about what I was doing there at Fort Jackson. It wasn't until Family Day and seeing my family's reactions that I realized the magnitude of what I had just done. I will forever remember this as one of my greatest accomplishments.